Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday of Holy Week, and with our church, we are reading through the events of Holy Week, and we're looking specifically at the love that Jesus showed people during those events. And this past Sunday, we were talking about what love is in 1 Corinthians 13 and how the love that is described there is supernatural. And we see the supernatural love of Jesus on display, especially in that final week leading up to his death on a cross, which was a supreme act of love, and then his resurrection from the grave. And so we want to be looking at how did Jesus love, and how does he want to fill us with his love to love others. And so today we're in Matthew chapter 21 again, and it's Tuesday. Yesterday, on Monday, Jesus had gone into the temple and he had overturned the money tables, and he had corrected the system that was oppressing people and turning the worship of God into some money-making scheme. And so today, Jesus, you would think maybe the temple's probably not a place that he wants to go, because there are a lot of people there that are not so happy with him. But we read in chapter 21 of Matthew, verse 23, when he entered the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came to him, and as he was teaching. So he's in the temple, he's in the very place, he's going right into the viper's pit. And the chief priests, of course, come up to him and they confront him. They say, "By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority?" And so they're challenging him. And Jesus answered them, I'll also ask you one question. And if you tell me the answer, then I will tell you by what authority I'm doing these things. The baptism of John, from where did it come? From heaven or from man? They discussed it among themselves, saying, if we say from heaven, he will say to us, why then did you not believe him? But if we say from man, we are afraid of the crowd, for they all hold that John was a prophet. And so they answered Jesus, we do not know. And he said to them, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. And then he goes on from there, and our reading today has a few more verses, but I just want to reflect on this attribute of love that is God's love, and that is that it rejoices with the truth. Jesus was completely unafraid to go into a situation where people opposed him. Jesus was completely unafraid to go into that situation armed with the truth of who God is and what God has done and what he is calling him to do. And so he is confronted, and we see in the contrast between the religious leaders and Jesus, we see their fear of man. We see that they don't really care about what's true. Was John's baptism from heaven or from earth? They only really care about what's going to maintain their status, what's going to maintain their face in front of people. And I think there's a very important lesson in that for us. Do we care about what's true? Or do we care about what's beneficial to us? See, the truth of Jesus Christ, this week that we are celebrating, is everything. This is the matter of first importance. This is the truth. Jesus is the truth. He really was God. He really did the acts that he did on the authority of God himself. And that threatens our own desires, that threatens our own delusion of control. And so the question is, will we rejoice in the truth of who Jesus is, or will we, like the Pharisees, seek to preserve our status, seek to preserve our image in front of people, seek to hold on to something that we want to hold on to, and deny the truth? Jesus later would say that he is the cornerstone that the builders rejected. Let's not reject Jesus this week. He's not afraid to be tripped over. He's not afraid to squash our plans and our idols. Let's embrace his truth, because it is strong and it will hold you up. You are loved.